Hey, welcome everybody. This is Tony Porter, Cards and Dice TV, and we are presenting 2019 Mets, and we are playing them using the on-base baseball system. And this game is based on the WAR, which is kind of a modern metric, and this is a modern game, so it's a little bit different. It's fairly straightforward. There's some characteristics that you will recognize from other games. It runs 11 to 66, not unlike, APA, of course. 11 to 66. What else? It has a lot more, obviously, it has a lot more stats. Classic APA cards had no stats on their card. This is a 79 Catfish Hunter card, by the way. He was a deep pitcher, but he still had some level of control, so he wasn't all that bad. But this is, I think, his last year in the majors, 79. Started having, extensive arm issues, but I digress. So my dogs are outside. You'll hear a little barking. They're working on my neighbor's lawn. There's like 10 guys out there, so my dogs are barking at them. I'm going to bring them in a second if they get too annoying. I started this game. I can't say let's get started because I started playing this game last night about 2 or 3 in the morning. I couldn't sleep, and I just wanted to get warmed up to it. So what we're doing here, there's a couple of things I'm doing here. I'm rolling 2d6, and I have the online on-base app available to me as well, which I'm using that to give me a D9 reading because I don't have any D9s. They're hard to get. You have to buy a whole set of dice, and it's like $20, and you just want one D9. You just can't buy a set of D9, or you can't buy. It's a tough die to get. So anyway, let's do this. Let me look. I'm using I'm using an iPad for the dice roller, and on my right I have my 20-inch screen computer, and I'm using Replay Baseball PC to track the stats for me. It is the top of the fourth. The game is tied at 1. Let me see how the scoring occurred. I can go back to the second inning. Bottom of the second inning, it was a single and a double, and Fowler scored a single by Fowler and a double. It doesn't say by whoever's, I guess, after Fowler. And then in the top of the third, it was a home run by Pete Alonso, which is no surprise since he did hit 52 home runs that season. All right, so let's do this. Let's throw some dice. And that's going to be a 2-2. McNeil is at the plate, and it's Dakota Hudson pitching for the St. Louis Cardinals. We are in St. Louis. 22, you read off the pitcher card first, and it's a blank. So then we're going to go to McNeil's card, and that's a drive in the gap, and Fowler after it, and he can't get it. It's one hop off the wall, and digging for second is McNeil. The throw from Fowler, the tag from DeYoung, and he is safe at second base with a leadoff double. All right, so 1 out, nobody out, and here's Keon Broxton. And Keon Broxton with a 56. You read the lower one first. And a 56 is blank there. So you go, and that's going to be strike 3. And Broxton goes down swinging. Now, Broxton did not hit very well during the time he was with the Mets. He came up, he joined the Mets for a cup of coffee, and he was soon gone. Travis d'Arnaud is someone who the Mets also gave up with, but he is in this lineup. This is the beginning of the season. And I'll give you a little bit more information on the Mets here as we go. The Mets are 12-8, so this is the 21st game of the season. The Cardinals are 15-5, so they've gotten off to a pretty good start. So a runner on second. Here is Travis d'Arnaud. And that is a 34, and it's a blank off Hudson, and that's a deep drive to center field, and Fowler is going to make the catch. Now, McNeil could tag, but I don't like his chances. He's a 3. I give him a +1 for a fly ball to center field. But fly balls, I believe, already say advance, so I don't have to worry about doing any of that. So that's already done for you. The game does that for you, which is a good way of doing that, I think. All right, so Mets started off with a leadoff double, and now the pitcher Syndergaard. Never mentioned Noah Syndergaard is pitching for the Mets, and I don't believe he pitched last year. He had some sort of surgery, and he's still out this year. He will return though. Mets play tonight, by the way, and this is a 1-6. So let's look at Dakota Hudson's card. Nothing there, and it's a fly ball again, and we're going to roll the D9 to see who it's to. And it's a 5, so that is, I believe, a center fielder. So it's a drive, high fly, and Fowler settles under it to retire the side. Now we go to the bottom of the 4th inning. It's all tied at 1 apiece. And just keep in mind, this game plays pretty fast. So I'm going to be, instead of the dice, I'm going to be using the roller right now. So that's a 1-3 I just rolled. It's blank on Syndergaard, and that's going to be grounded. And we're just going to use, we're going to do it one more time. Actually, that was a 2, so that may be, wait a second. Yeah, it's no error on that. So, all right, so a ground out to the second baseman, and Cano throws him out. So Molina grounds out, and here's Dexter Fowler. And here's the roll. It's going to be a 2-5. A 2-5 is a blank on Syndergaard. And then it's a fly out with a question mark, or with rather a plus sign, which means a potential error. No error. It's fly to Nimmo and left. So Fowler goes the other way, takes the outside pitch to the opposite field, and Nimmo and Broxton in the gap. And it's Nimmo who makes a fine running catch. That's 2 outs, and I'm bringing in I think they're antagonizing my dogs. There's a lot of working guys out there. I'll be right back. All right. All right, they're back, so they'll be a little bit noisy, but hopefully not too much. Sorry for the interruption. Here's Colton Wong, and Colton Wong today is 1 for 1. He's got the RBI double. He's the one who hit that double that drove in Fowler for the Cardinals' only run of the day. I just use Replay Baseball to pop into the box score, and it shows me everything. Okay, so I'm going to use the online dice roller. It's a 5-6. 5-6 is a strikeout. So Noah Syndergaard strikes out. Now you see the /. This means when he's rested, and his stamina is right up here. And I do write on my cards right there. That's his stamina, 26. So he's nowhere near that. And he strikes out Wong to end the inning. Colton Wong now plays with the Brewers, by the way. All right, Brandon Nimmo to lead off the top of the 5th inning, and let's see what Nimmo did today. He's 1 for 2. He's got a base hit, and he's leading us off here. So I roll, and it's a 24, and a 24 off Hudson is ball 4. So Hudson has a wild streak in him, and he's going to walk Nimmo, and it kind of works out because Nimmo is known for having a very high on-base percentage. So we got Nimmo at first base, and this is modern baseball. There's not a lot of bunting or hit and running, too much of that, unfortunately. You get a lot more of that in 70s ball. Like when I play my 70s teams, I do a lot more hit and running and bunting. Pete Alonso's up now. Years ago, you'd have a little contact guy, a guy that could kind of spray the ball, batting in the second spot. Nowadays, you get your big slugger batting in the second spot. So he's already got a home run today. Pete Alonso today is 1 for 2 with a home run, and that home run was Pete Alonso's 10th of the season. So he's right on schedule. He hit about 8 every month. And in this game, we are in the month of, let's see, we're still April 21st. So he's still, he's a little bit ahead of schedule, but pretty still close to where it should be. All right, so here goes. Pete Alonso, here's the roll. It's a 22, and a 22 is a blank on Dakota. You can see that right there. And that's going to be a drive in the gap. That's going to roll to the wall. And Nimmo may be able to score. Let's see here. He is a 5. So and there's nobody out, so I'm going to automatically hold him. I'm not even going to think about it. But a roll of 1 to 5, he would score. But with nobody out, I'm just going to automatically hold him. So second and third, and it's Robbie Cano. Hudson is a right-hander, and Cano bats lefty. These, I think, are older cards. It doesn't say that. Where's that? Oh, there it is, right here. Lefty, bats lefty, throws righty. Robbie Cano. There it is. These are cards that I received early on in kind of the development of the game, so they may not be the cards that are out there now. I'm going to buy the set, and then I'll have the more updated cards, and that's how I do it. I don't like designers to give me stuff. Anyway, all right. So Cano, Alonso's at second base, Nimmo's at third base, Robbie Cano, and the infield is going to be playing in here. And I'll show you how I do that. Now, I have a house rule. There's nobody out right now. And with nobody out, and you know what? I just had an idea. I'm going to put the outs on a die right here. Look at that. So that's one out. No, nobody out right now. So that would kind of be a blank die right there. See that? So a blank die. Nobody out. And then I will replace it when there's 1 out and 2 outs. So there's nobody out. And the red die will be the inning. We are in the 5th inning. Actually, I need a 10-sided die for that, right? And I do have a 10-sided die for that. And we'll make that a Mets blue. Although we are at home, Cardinals at home, so we will use that. We are in the 5th inning. 5th inning and nobody out. Let's do that way. Kind of cool. I like that. It's kind of unique. All right. And of course, I could do the bottom of the 5th or the top of the 5th, and I will work on that, how to do that. I could put the outs on top. It is the top of the 5th, so the outs would be at the bottom. I can work that out. Not sure yet. So we're going to bring the, it's the 5th inning. Nobody out. So I walk Cano and try to get out of, prevent the big inning by getting the next batter hit into a double play. And the next batter this is where the next batter is Conforto. He could hit it. Yeah, you know what? Let's do that. Let's intentionally walk Cano. Intentionally walk Cano here. And now we're going to pitch to Conforto. We're going to play the infield halfway where they can still go home with the ball. Still go home with the ball. And here's the roll. All right, and here's a roll, and it's a 56. The 56 is it's a strikeout. Nope, wrong pitcher. It's a blank. And we go over to Conforto, and it's going to be a potential hit by pitch. So we have to roll. Well, we already rolled, and it's a 6, so it's not a hit by pitch. A 1 or a 2 would have been a hit by pitch. So it's going to be a base on balls, and that's going to force in a run. The Mets take a 2-1 lead. Now, the stamina for Hudson is a 24. He throws right-handed. These are the later cards. And let me see how many he's gone so far. 17 for Syndergaard and 22. So we're gonna get somebody up in the bullpen for the Cardinals. Who will it be? Let's take a look who it's gonna be. And it's going to be Gallegos, and we got Miller, a lefty, and we got Gallegos, a righty. So we get both those guys up. All right, here's Ahmed Rosario. Now, he is a little tougher to double up. He's got a double play there and a double play there. And is that the same as the previous guy? I'm just curious, learning about this game. So yeah, I guess everybody has 2 double plays, but you could have more if the pitcher hit into more double plays, I imagine. Not sure if everybody has 2 double plays. Let me see. Does everybody have 2 double plays? Yeah, it seems that double play, double play. So everybody seems to have 2 double plays from what I can see so far. I'm not totally sure. I'm visualizing that if you didn't hit into any double plays or only hit into 1 or 2 double plays the whole season, you should only have 1 double play on your card. But then that may throw off the stats for the whole league. I don't know. See, that's the thing. That's the tricky part of these games. Anyway, I'm in Rosario, and we are in the top of the 5th. There's nobody out. The bases are loaded. The Mets are up 2-1. Let's do this. Here's a pitch from Dakota Hudson. That is a 33. A 33 is a blank, and the 33 is a deep drive off the bat of Rosario. Now, Rosario did hit. How many home runs did he hit that season? 15. So that's way back left field. Ozuna back to the track, to the wall, and that's out of here. Grand slam for Ahmed Rosario. Holy Toledo. Holy Missouri. Holy Mississippi. Anyway, all right. So let's look. That was Rosario's 3rd home run of the season. He did hit 17 or 15. So that's approximately 2 to 3 every month. So he's right on target there for this month. So now the Mets are up 6-1, and that's going to be it for Dakota Hudson. And we are going to get lefty coming in, but then we got a bunch of righties. So we're going to bring in Gonzalez. If I have Gonzalez, I don't know. I don't have. You don't get everybody. You get 30 cards with each team. No, not Gonzalez. Gallegos. I'm sorry, not Gonzalez. Gallegos. So we do have Giovanni Gallegos, and he's coming in. So we're going to bring in a new pitcher, and he will be facing McNeil. So let's do this. Here's a pitch to McNeil. It's a 56. 56 is a strikeout. So McNeil swings and misses at a high fastball for the first out. Here's Keon Broxton. Pitch is a 45. 45 is a blank. 45 is a fly ball. And it's going to be to left. And here is Travis d'Arnaud with 2 outs. So let's do this. Let's get the outs. 2 outs now. Got to remember to do this. This is a new thing. I just kind of. So 2 outs in the top of the 5th inning. So here's the roll. It's a 45 again. 45 is a blank, and a 45 is a pop-up. Shallow left field, racing in is Ozuna. Backing up is DeYoung and Carpenter. Who's going to get it? And it's Ozuna. Calls him off at the last minute. And that retires the side. So we go now to the bottom of the 5th inning. And, well, I got to back up one because I had to make the, let me back up one. The pop up to left. And let's back up one. Wait a second. Let's do this. Wait a second. Got to make a quick notation because strike out, fly out, and fly out. All right. So let me make a quick. Let me go back because I have to make a double switch, which I did not do when the pitcher came in. Okay, so hold on 1 second. I got to go back 1. So he had home run, and then he's gonna. There you go, home run. Now we're gonna make that change. I got to bring in another outfielder, and let's see, because the pitcher's up. So let's bring in a new pitcher. Let's do that first. Let's bring in a new pitcher. He's gonna go to right field. Gallegos is going to go to right field. He's not going. He's going to go. He's going to go into the right fielder slot, and then I got to bring in a bench fielding, a outfielder plays left field. I have a right fielder who I'm missing, so it's going to be Munoz, Yairo Munoz. He's coming in, and that's it. So that should be good. Yairo Munoz comes in. Now it's pretty. You can create cards fairly quickly. I hope to have Munoz here. Again, modern baseball is tricky. It's easier to have all the players you need in an older season. I don't know that I will have Yairo Munoz. I may not have him. I may have him. I don't know. Oh, there he is. So I got lucky. I do have him, and he will be leading off. So now Gallegos is in, and then it was a K and 2 fly balls to end the inning. Perfect. All right. Had to do some administrative stuff. All right. So now it is the bottom of the 5th. The out marker is on 0. And it's Yairo Munoz against Noah Syndergaard. And here's the pitch. It's a 33. A 33 is a blank, and it's lined base hit. Center field for Munoz. That's 18 batters faced by Syndergaard. He can go 26, so he still has a way to go. And it's Matt Carpenter, the top of the order for the Cardinals. He bats lefty. And you got all the nice thing about the cards, you got all the stats. He batted 226. His on-base percentage was 334. He hit 15 home runs. Had 6 stolen bases. That's interesting. All right, so 1 out, I believe, right? No, nobody out. Nobody out. In the bottom of the 5th inning. And let's roll. Here's the pitch from Syndergaard. That is going to be a 14. A 14 is a blank, and that's going to be a base on balls or a hit by pitch. So we're going to, the roll is not a hit by pitch. So it's going to be, it's got to be a 1, I believe, for hit by pitch. So it's going to be a base on balls. We rolled an 8 on that. And Noah Syndergaard kind of gets off to a rough start here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Still nobody out. Runners on first and second. And here comes the big bopper for the Cardinals. Picked him up as a free agent from the Arizona Diamondbacks. And if you watch any Arizona Diamondbacks or Colorado Rockies games, oh, man, that is like the apocalypse over there. It's just a ghost town in terms of talent. There's so little talent on those teams now. They just kind of got Colorado got rid of LeMahieu, got rid of third base Arenado, who's now on St. Louis, and Arizona got rid of everybody. Forget it. It's not even fun to watch those teams anymore. I don't know why they did that, but anyway. All right, Paul Goldschmidt, let's do it. Here's a roll. Here's the pitch from Syndergaard. He looks in to Darno for the sign. Sets and deals. It's a 16. That's a blank, and a 16 is going to be a fly ball. And that is deep to left center field. Broxton and Nimmo near the track, and both runners tagging up. Broxton makes the tag, and both runners are going to, excuse me. I don't know if I would move up the runner on first. That's a little bit harder. Let me roll on that, and let's see. What is his speed? Carpenter's good base runner, though, but he has he has a pretty good speed. So you can do something like a 4 plus. You allow him to advance. I don't know. I'm going to let them advance in this case. Oh, let me undo that. Let me go. So fly ball, center field, and both runners are going to advance on this deep fly ball. Excuse me. All right. And here is Paul DeYoung. Paul DeYoung, a fairly good defender, matrix-wise, very high in the matrix. So now there's going to be 1 out. So finally we get an out. And I don't think I changed it before. I think I just played right through it. It kind of slows the game down when you got to do that. That's why I don't do that sort of thing. All right, so here's Paul DeYoung against Noah Syndergaard. And that's a 1 and a 2, and that's going to be a blank, and it's a ground ball. And the Mets were playing deep. They're going to basically allow a run to score, concede a run for an out. And that's a ball that's kind of hit between near the second baseman, but the pitcher's going to get to it. A little bouncer near between first and the pitcher gets to it and underhands it to first. Run scores on that. That's 2 outs. We're in the bottom of the 5th. And here's Marcell Ozuna with a runner on third and 2 outs. Here's a pitch from Syndergaard. And that's a 3-4. 3-4 is a blank, and that's a deep drive off the bat of Ozuna. Left field, back goes Nimmo to the track, to the wall, and that's out of here. 2-run shot makes the score 6-5 now. No, 6-4, excuse me. 2-run shot by Marcell Ozuna, and that's going to be it for Syndergaard. Actually, they're going to get somebody up immediately, and he's going to face Gallegos is up with 2 outs. Now, again, he only came in for like I think he actually went an inning. So let me go into, so we're going to get a pinch hitter. It's going to be Jerko. No, you know what? Instead of Jerko, let me save him for later. I'm going to bring in Thomas if I have him available. I don't know that I'll have him available. Again, like I said, you get 30 cards, and with modern rosters, guys are in and out. You know, guys normally have 50 guys, and it's just not. I got Wieters. I got, I'm not going to have this Thomas character. Let me look at what he batted. Let's take a quick peek at Thomas. Lane Thomas. Oh, okay. He had 1 at bat. He played in 1 game. I have him on my roster. He's going to pinch hit. And he pinch hits and he makes out. All right. An even number, he flies out, and an odd number, he strikes out. It's a 4, so he flies out to the third baseman, and that retires the side. That was his only at bat. All right. So now we're going to get a new pitcher for and it's going to be Miller, Andrew Miller. New pitcher for the Cardinals here in the 6th inning. It's the top of the 6th inning. Let's look for Andrew Miller. There he is. So he's a left-hander. Andrew Miller, 1.3 whip, about 11 home runs. Holy smokes, with a 4.45 ERA, not the Andrew Miller I remember. So Andrew Miller's coming in. He's going to face the pitcher, but we're going to get a pinch hitter. And it's going to be J.D. Davis. Actually, yep, J.D. Davis is going to pinch hit. We are presenting On Base Baseball. J.D. Davis is going to pinch hit for Syndergaard. He's out. He's allowed, I'll tell you what he did. I'll read what both pitchers did. Syndergaard went 5 innings, allowed 6 hits and 4 runs. Has a 3.77 ERA. He had about a 4 ERA that season. Hudson went 4 innings, gave up 5 hits, 6 runs. He has a 12 ERA. But that's run by Replay Baseball. It's not run by On Base. So as you can see, you know, these things, it's the beginning. Maybe he had 1 or 2 starts or 2 or 3 starts. We're looking for J.D. Davis. Oh, there he is. Okay, he's going to hit for Noah Syndergaard, who's been pulled, and we got a couple of guys going in the bullpen. It's Gazelman, and I got to look and see who I've got over there for the Mets. Let's see. Well, I got a couple of guys up. I can't read their numbers. I'm not going to worry about that right now. All right, so up here, it's Andrew Miller. It is nobody out in the top of the 6th inning. As you can see, the 6 is the inning die. And let me just go back to, I'm getting guys, heads are getting cut off. Let's fix that a little bit. There we go. All right, let's bring this down just a little bit. No, I'll set this here as a guide, kind of so to remember. That'll be my guide. Well, I don't want to use that as a guide because that'll confuse everybody. All right, we'll remember. We'll do that sort of thing, and that'll be about there. All right. So let's go back to replay baseball. I'm not using a scorecard today. Many times I use scorecard. So it's J.D. Davis up against Andrew Miller, and I'm using the online app. I'm rolling. It's a 22, and a 22 is off Andrew Miller. He gave up 11 home runs, and Davis gets a hold of one, drives it deep to center field, and Fowler to the track, looks up, and that's out of here. 7-4. J.D. Davis with a pinch hit home run, his third of the season. J.D. Davis hit how many? He hit 20 home runs, I believe. Doesn't really play a lot. He had 22 home runs right there. Doesn't play a lot during the beginning of the season. Later starts playing almost every day, and that's when he starts hitting more home runs. So here's Brandon Nimmo. Brandon Nimmo today is 1 for 2. He's batting .281 in case you're curious. All right, here's the pitch. It's a 55. 55 off Miller is a blank. And we look at Nimmo, and that's lined. Now, if he's a left, he is a lefty, so we could say it's lined. So an even, he's lined to first base, and odd, it's lined to second base. So it is lined to, that's in first base. That means a 1, 2, 3 is going to be a double play. We're going to roll a D9, and nope, it is a 7. So it's going to be a line out to the first baseman and getting. There's nobody on base. Okay, wake up. That's a line out to first base. First guy hit a home run. That's right. He didn't make out. Hit a home run. That's why I thought there was one out for some reason. Okay, so I did a lot of thinking on my feet there. Pete Alonso. Pete Alonso today, what is he? How's he doing today? He's 2 for 3 with a .304 batting average. Here's a pitch, and that's a 25. 25 off Miller, and that is a blank, and that is a fly ball. No error. It's a fly ball to deep left field. Ozuna on the track and hauls it in. So, again, Alonso drives it deep, but he's not rewarded. Does not go far enough. And there's 2 outs now, so let's do that. In the top of the 6th inning. I won't be remembering this stuff. Anyway, Robbie Cano. And that's a 4 and a 6. 4 and a 6 is a blank. And on Cano, it's going to be a strikeout. And that ends the inning. So he swings and misses at a Andrew Miller slider. And that retires the side. We go to the bottom of the 6th inning. The bottom of the 6th inning, it's going to be Molina coming up. And we're going to get a new pitcher. It's going to be Gazelman, Robert Gazelman. So let me quickly take a look at this. All right, so we had a pinch hitter. Okay, that was good. Then Molina. All right, perfect. Everything is in good. When I use replay baseball, everything is kind of done for you. I don't have to. So let's look for Robert Gazelman. Let's bring him in. I got 2 things happening today. I got some construction people coming in to build me a new bathroom. Going to build me one of those, get rid of my tub and just build me a shower. And here's Robert Gazelman. All right. Against Yadier Molina. Here's a pitch, and that is a 66. That's a blank there, and that's a deep drive off the bat of Molina. Back goes Nimmo to the track, to the wall, and that's out of here. 7-5. Yadier Molina hit 10 home runs, hits one here. And the Cardinals are within 2 runs. Here's Dexter Fowler. Here's the pitch. It's a 46. 46 is a blank, and a 46 is a strikeout. Fowler chases a curveball in the dirt. 1 away. Colton Wong. And Colton Wong today is 1 for 2. 7-5 Mets in the bottom of the 6th inning. Here's the roll. It's a 35. 35 is a blank. 35 is strike 3. Back-to-back Ks for Gazelman. Gave up a leadoff home run, but now is kind of bared down, reached back for a little extra, and struck out 2 in a row. Here's Yairo Munoz. Yairo Munoz playing right field for. I came in on a double switch for Jose Martinez, who was in right field. Here's the pitch. It's a 25. 25 is a blank, and that's a fly out. And that's going to be to left field. Well, left center field, and it's between Broxton and Nimmo, and Nimmo makes the catch, and that retires the side. So we go to the top of the 7th inning now. We are in St. Louis, so that's why I'm using the red to denote the inning. It's going to be Michael Conforto leading off against Andrew Miller. I got to get at least a couple outs out of Miller because, again, remember, modern baseball, and if in modern baseball you don't get every single reliever, you're cooked because they use relievers for like 1 batter and that sort of thing, which is nuts. All right, so here's a pitch from Andrew Miller. That's a 26. A 26 is a strikeout. So he strikes out Conforto, and that makes it 1 out. Here's Ahmed Rosario. Rosario, he hit a grand slam today. He is 1 for 3. He's batting .231. Here's the pitch from Andrew Miller, a 34. 34 is a blank, and that's a drive down the line into the left field corner. Bounds away from Ozuna. Rosario digging for second, makes it easily, makes a big turn, but no, changes his mind, goes back to second with a 1-out double. The second extra base hit for Rosario today. And here is Jeff McNeil. Here's the pitch from Andrew Miller. Rosario takes his lead off second. Miller takes a look over there and comes home with it. That's a 55. A 55 is a blank off Miller, and a 55 is a line out. He's a lefty. So, again, we're going to roll even. It's to the second baseman, and we roll a 7, so it's a line out to first base. And I'll roll again on a 1. It's a double play. No. So it's a line out to first base. And Goldschmidt does not throw over. So that's 2 outs. And here is Keon Broxton. Keon Broxton, was really with the Mets for a very short time. He's 0 for 3 today. And here's the pitch. It's a 55. 55 is a blank, and a 55, again, another line out. And that's going to be to the third baseman, Matt Carpenter, who snags it out of the air, and that retires the side. So we go to the bottom of the 7th now. And it's going to be the top of the order, Matt Carpenter. So it's a 7th inning stretch. 7th inning stretch here at St. Louis. And it's still Robbie Gazelman. Let's do it. It's a 24. 24 is a blank, and that's going to be a strikeout. So Carpenter swings and misses at a slider on the inside part of the plate. And here's Goldschmidt, 1 out. In the bottom of the 7th inning. So 1-4, 14 is a drive off the bat of Goldschmidt, and that's going to split the outfielders and roll to the wall. Goldschmidt's digging for second. Nimmo plays it off the wall. The throw to second base, the tag by Cano, and he is safe. Goldschmidt with a 1-out double. And there's a couple of Mets in the bullpen. Let's see. It is Familia. Jerry Familia's out there. And the lefty's Wilson. So Gazelman's going to pitch to Paul DeYoung. Remember, there's 1 out here in the bottom of the 7th inning. The score is 7-5, so the tying run is at the plate. So here's the pitch from Gazelman. That's a 44. 44 is a ball four. And he walks the young on 4 pitches. And out comes the manager. He's going to go to the bullpen. He's calling for the right-hander to face Marcell Ozuna, and that's going to be Jerry Familia. 7-5. The go-ahead run is at the plate now. Now, Familia has some control issues. He's known for his control issues, so just be aware of that. Don't be surprised if he starts walking guys left and right. All right, Marcell Ozuna against Jerry Familia. All right. Runners on first and second, 1 out, bottom of the 7th inning. Score is 7-5. Let's do it. Here's a pitch from Familia. It's a 22, and that's a deep drive off the bat of Ozuna. Got a hold of that. Left center field. Back goes Broxton to the track. Looks up, and that's out of here. The Cardinals have taken an 8-7 lead on a 3-run bomb by Marcell Ozuna. And that is Marcell Ozuna's 7th home run of the season and his 2nd of the day. Holy Toledo. All right, so now it's Andrew Miller coming up. So Familia must have given up a ton of homers. Yeah, he gave up 7 homers in how many innings? Let's see. In 60 innings. Gives up a big one here. The Mets find themselves down here in the bottom of the 7th, 8-7 now. And up comes the pitcher. Martinez is out, so I'll just do that. Pitcher's coming up, so we're going to have to get a pinch hitter here. And it's going to be Jerko. All right, Familia, here's the pitch, and that is still only 1 out in the bottom of the 7th. That's a 1-2. It's a blank, and that's going to be grounded to the first baseman, Alonso, who takes it himself. 2 outs. And here's Yadier Molina. Molina today is 1 for 3 with a home run. He hit his 3rd home run of the season. And Molina's batting .333 in the 21st game for the Cardinals. Both teams playing their 21st game of the season. Here's the pitch from Familia. It's a 45. A 45 is a blank, and a 45 is lifted to right field. Conforto and Broxton converge, and Conforto makes the catch to end the inning. It's going to be the top of the 8th inning. The out marker is going to go on top because it's the top of the inning. And it's going to be Travis d'Arnaud. We're going to get a new pitcher. And let's see, who's it going to be? Not going to be Hicks yet. He's the closer. Who else do I have? DeLeon. It's going to be DeLeon. Dominic Leone, not DeLeon. Well, Dominic Leone is coming in. And he's going to pitch against Travis d'Arnaud. Travis d'Arnaud, the pitcher spot, we will see a pinch hitter, and it looks like Ramos is on the on-deck circle, and then it will be the top of the order, Brandon Nimmo. Give me a second. Got to check my phone for any messages. All right. We are back. Travis d'Arnaud, top of the 8th inning, nobody out, playing on-base baseball. And he's making, he's really motivated and inspired, and he's making a lot of 70 sets right now. You have to look on his website to check that out. It's all PDF, but, you know, I'm sure he's a nice guy, and if, you know, you took care of the cost, he would probably print them out. I don't know. I can't speak for him. I shouldn't do that. Travis d'Arnaud, Dominic Leone. Let's do it. Just got a sound. It's got a okay. All right, that's my construction guy who's going to fix my bathroom for me. All right, so it's on base dice roller. Let's do it. Let's roll. It's a 45, and a 45 off Leone is a blank, and we go to a 45, and that is lifted to center field. Dexter Fowler makes the catch. 1 out. Next batter is the pitcher, so we're going to get a pinch hitter, and it's going to be Ramos. Actually, he's a righty, not Ramos, but a lefty is going to come out. Dominic Smith. So Dominic Smith's going to pinch hit here. See if he can make something happen. He's got decent power, hit 11 home runs and 200 at bats. So proportionally, it'd be about 30 home run season. Not bad. All right, so here's a roll. Dominic Smith is up. It's a 1-3. A 1-3 is a blank on the pitcher. You can see that there. Then you look on the batter, and it's grounded to the first baseman to the right side. And Goldschmidt is going to flip to Leone, covering 3-1 for out number 2. Top of the 8th. And here is Nimmo. Top of the order now for the Mets with 2 outs. Mets are down by a run. At one time, they led it 6-1. But the bomb, the home run, has allowed the home run with men on base has allowed the Cardinals to get back in the game. Particularly Marcell Ozuna, who's got 2 home runs. I think it's a 2-run blast and a 3-run blast, I believe. Let me double check that on the box score. Yep, I believe I'm right about that. All right, so here's Brandon Nimmo against Dominic Leone. Here's the pitch, and it's a 5-5. So a 5-5 is a blank, and a 5-5 is line to the second baseman, Wong, and that will retire the side. The lineouts remind me of Stratomatic. That's the game where I get the most lineouts with. It's like every other play is a lineout. All right, so we're going to have a new pitcher for the Mets, and it's going to be who's coming up? I got a righty, switch hitter, and a lefty. Going to bring in Justin Wilson. Justin Wilson's going to come in for the Mets. And let's see in the top of the 9th who is due up for the Mets in the top of the 9th inning. We just had, okay, it's the top of the order, so we're good. All right, you don't have to worry about it. All right, so it's Justin Wilson against Dexter Fowler. Wilson plays for the Yankees now. Did a heck of a job with the Mets. Here's the pitch from Wilson. He's a left-hander. He had an ERA of 2.54 and a whip of 1.3. It's a 1-6-16. It's a blank there. 16 is a fly ball. And that is to right field. Conforto over. And he squeezes it for out number 1. Bottom of the 8th inning. We got 1 out now. And it's Colton Wong. Here's a pitch. It's a 55, and that is a blank. And a 55 is line to. He is a lefty. Line to the second baseman, Cano. Another line out. 2 outs. Bottom of the 8th. 8-7 Cardinals. All right. Munoz is up. Yairo Munoz. Here's a pitch from Justin Wilson. So 15. A 15 is a blank, and that is a ground ball up the middle and through for a base hit. 2-out single for Munoz, and that brings up Matt Carpenter. And he's a lefty, so it works out. Justin Wilson against Matt Carpenter here with 2 outs in the bottom of the 8th inning. The Cardinals are up 8-7. They came back from being 6-1 down. And here's the pitch. It's a 1-3. 13 is a blank. 13 is grounded to the right side. It's going to be Pete Alonso who's going to take it to the bag, and that retires the side. Top of the 9th, last licks. Last licks for the Mets. It's going to be their big bopper, Pete Alonso. One swing of the bat will tie this game up. The Cardinals lead it 8-7. The Cardinals have 8 runs, 10 hits, 1 error. The Mets have 7 runs, 7 hits, 1 error. And it's going to be the closer for the Cardinals is coming in. It looks like it's Jordan Hicks. Now, if this gets tied up, I'll have to use starters to pitch because I think I'm out of relievers pretty much. All right, Pete Alonso, let's start it off. Now, Hicks has any home runs? No, none on his card, but Alonso has a ton of home runs, 1 at 45. Pete Alonso. Let's see, where does he have his home runs? 1 at 45, 1 at 66. And that's about it. All right, here goes. It's a 13. A 13 is a blank, and that is bounced to the first baseman, Goldschmidt. And he steps on the bag for out number 1. All right, Jordan Hicks against Robbie Cano. Jordan Hicks bats from the pitches from or throws from the right side. He was 2-2 with a 3.14 ERA in 28 innings, had 14 saves. Allowed only 2 home runs, 11 walks, 31 Ks. Here's the pitch to Robbie Cano. Cano had decent power. Not great, decent. 13 home runs and 400 at-bats. Had some power, I should say some power. And that's going to be a 56. A 56 is a blank, and a 56 is strike 3, and gets Cano to swing and miss for out number 2. So the Mets are down to their last out in a game that they led 6-1 at one point. And here comes Michael Conforto. Michael Conforto has excellent power, hit 33 home runs. 2 outs, top of the 9th. Conforto against Jordan Hicks. And here's the pitch. It's a 34. 34 is a deep fly ball, right center field. Back goes Munoz and Fowler. It's Munoz on the track and makes the catch. Had it gotten past Jordan Hicks, who has a fly out 34, 34 would have been a home run, and this game would have been tied. The Mets just missed it. Conforto hits it well, but it dies at the warning track. And the ball game is over. On base baseball. Holy moly. That was a blast. Just a few innings. And you could see that it's a fun game. And unfortunately, the Mets really got hurt by their bullpen. Jerry Familia came in and allowed that 3-run blast that killed them. So that was the Mets. The Mets lost more games because of the bullpen in 2019. They were 10 games over 500, but the games they lost were because of their bullpen, particularly their closer, Edwin Diaz. Oh boy. All right, that's the ball game, guys. Final score is St. Louis 8, New York 7. The Cardinals with 8 runs, 10 hits, 1 error. The Mets come up just a little bit shy, 7 runs, 7 hits, and 1 error. And the Mets, the win is going to go to Andrew Miller. The loss is going to go to Jerry Familia. Jordan Hicks picks up his 8th save. Marcelo Zuna gets the MVP for the game. The Mets are 12-9. The Cardinals improve their record to 16-5. And let me see if I have another game with these teams. Let me just see real quick here. I have to automatic play the day to get to the next day, and the system is doing that. All right. Let me see what happens the next day. Do I have another game with the Cardinals? No, I do not. I have a game with the Phillies back in New York, back in Citi Field, the friendly confines of Flushing, Queens, New York. All right, guys. So it's going to be Jake Arrieta versus Steven Matz. Arrieta is 0-3 to start the season. Phillies are 10-11. And, of course, Matz, he is 2-1. And that will be a blast to play that game. I'll see you guys later. This is Cards and Dice TV. And I hope you enjoyed the presentation, our afternoon baseball presentation of On Base Baseball. This is your host, Tony Porter, and I will see you again very, very soon.